Hello everyone, here we can see another video showing high Russian losses in a failed attack. In the first part we see two Russian vehicles advancing, being targeted by artillery which misses them, but there are a few close strikes. There's then a bit of a cut in the video, and we see the same two vehicles in a different place. One of them is stationary, likely already disabled. The other one gets hit by a drone on the rear, immediately spins around, a nice bit of driving to be fair, and then retreats back the way it came. As it retreats, more artillery is seen afterwards, which misses. So one vehicle looks to be abandoned here, and the other one hit by a drone but made an escape. Our next clip shows a cluster of destroyed vehicles. There's a mix of tanks and armoured fighting vehicles here. These vehicles are undocumented so far, not showing up on war spotting, but we don't see the destruction of them, so we can't say when these were destroyed or if they were destroyed at the same time or over a period of different days. But given the grouping is all together in one area, I think it likely the case they were destroyed at the same time. But they all look recent. You can also see a bit of smoke on the ground from some of the wreckage. I'll point that out later on in the video when we go through the screenshots. Towards the end, one of the tanks, a T-80BV, is then drone dropped a couple of times to finish it off, leaving it as a burning wreck. So some pretty big losses here. A Russian attack fended off with drones and artillery, and then we see the aftermath with a cluster of disabled and abandoned wrecks. At least 9 vehicles destroyed here in total. Here is a screenshot. So here you can see some wreckage still smoking at the rear of the column. So these were destroyed recently, not long before the drone arrived. You can see a number of artillery craters, and some of the vehicles you can see signs of damages on the side. So it seems artillery and drones hit these, judging by the craters. Maybe mines, but I can't see any tracks hanging off the vehicles. Although, the tank at the front with the mine roller looks like it may have track damage. The vehicles here are a BMP-2, a BMP, an MTLB, and a T-8 with a mine roller. So let's check the geolocation. Here are the geolocations of the wrecks shown here. Starting from the right, an unknown armoured vehicle hiding by the trees, difficult to see. Moving along, a Russian tank with a coke cage abandoned. Then, the T-80BV we saw getting drone dropped. Now in the red box was the cluster of wrecks. I didn't use pins here as I felt it may have got a bit cluttered, what with them all being very close to each other. Then, at the front of the column, an abandoned BMP. So 9 vehicles here in total. So compared to some Russian attacks, this one is pretty successful, all things considered, as only 9 vehicles were destroyed. We've seen Russia reach double figures, even 20 or more, a number of times. Zoomed out, here's the location. So these vehicles were heading southwest towards a small settlement called Bilohorivka. On deep states, you can see Bilohorivka as a frontline settlement. So the push advancing towards this frontline town. Likely not to capture the town itself yet, but to clear Ukrainian positions and defences, guarding it. And zoomed out a bit, this is in the area highlighted in red, part of the ongoing offensive near Kreminna. Highlighted in blue on this map is the area near Terny and Yampolivka, where Russia is also launching an offensive. So, in the Kreminna region, there are 2 areas of large pushes by Russia. The one near Terny and Yampolivka is the biggest of the 2. Russia is trying very hard to capture those 2 settlements. T-90Ms are deployed there. Before I finish, zoomed out, this is on the eastern front towards the north. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting. If so, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Now, before I finish, a quick video message from the Ukraine Volunteer Centre about the ongoing fundraiser. Thanks very much and take care everybody.
Greetings from the Ukrainian Volunteer Center. Today we have to announce an urgent fundraising. The brigade that is destroying the occupiers in the Donetsk sector urgently needs cars. Nissan Navara diesel of 2008. These guys have been defending our country from the Russian invaders since the beginning of the full-scale war. After the shelling, they have almost no cars left, and now it's winter and it's very difficult to move around without a car. We also need 4,000 liters of diesel fuel for the 3rd Separate Battalion of Ukrainian Volunteer Army Volyn. Also, spring uniform is required, assault vests with quick release system, etc. The goal of fundraising is $24,500. We realize that it's a lot of money, and at the same time we ask for understanding for our situation. If everyone donated at least $50, we would close the fundraising in 6 hours. Indeed, each of your donation is a lifesaver and matter of our country liberated. We will send 3 sets of glasses with the symbols of our foundation to 3 people. 2 sets of glasses for people who make the biggest donation, and the 3rd set will be randomly drawn among people who have made a donation of $50 or more. All the reports of PayPal and cryptocurrency will be available as usual after the fundraising. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for being with us. With love, from Ukraine.